Hello everybody, thank you for joining us. Today we are going to put in a quick study in doing hooded heads or a hooded figure. So when you have your pencils all set, we're going to try a hooded figure, and I'll just put in an oval. So please use very light strokes when you're doing this, because you might have to go back and do corrections. And then I would put in a line right down there, 3 lines like so. That is the face, and then behind the figure an arc like so. Now I would recommend that for this practice you should use a pencil going in, but I'm going to use a marker. But before that, I would like to put in roughly, and this should be absolutely rough for this particular exercise. So nose, mouth right there, the chin, and there's no set rule that it has to be exactly like this. You could put in any kind of chin that you wish to have, but let's put in some expression there, or no expression if this one doesn't have an expression. It's just a generic look right there. So I'm just putting in those shadows because they will actually help enhance the image, as you will see in a moment. And I'm putting in some cheekbones there, some curves there. So it's a particularly middle-aged type of figure that we are working on. And you could even put in some shades, some shadows here for the eyes. Now please do make sure that you put in an approximate head, because since we are doing a hooded figure, you won't need to show necessarily the hair going in. So now I'm going to use a marker here, but I would recommend that you should use a pencil. It depends on what kind of hood you're doing. So here's one type of hood that we are going to work on, and that is popularly done in many different cases where they use this type of hood for villains, and sometimes for supporting mysterious characters. So necessarily you will not see a mainstream character have a hood like this, but supporting characters, bad guys, yeah. So what we're doing is that the hood is fairly loose, so we drop this flat right around the shape of the head. But then from there you could either come, if it's very loose and if there's only that much cloth, you could come straight down, and then it's best to have some folds right here, or you could have a more voluminous hood like this one, and in that case have some folds here. It just gives it a little more edgy feeling. And then of course it will depend on what you are looking to put down here. That is just the shadow being cast somewhat. And do remember that if it flumps like this, there will be some shadows going at the bottom and under the creases, and wherever there is something above another crease, and which is casting a shadow under the light source coming down that way. So there we have it, one quick essential practice in putting down a hooded figure, a head, and that's one type of hood. Thank you very much for joining us. Please do subscribe, keep in touch, have yourself a wonderful day.